Okay, today we're doing, for math today, we're doing Module 4, Lesson 26, and your learning goal says, I can divide unit fractions by whole numbers. So this is different than last Thursday's learning goal because that one was, I can divide a whole number by a fraction. So we were doing things like 2 divided by 1/2, a whole number divided by a fraction. But today's learning goal says, I can divide a fraction by a whole number. So we're switching what the whole is and what the divisor is. This time we're going to do a fraction, like 1/3, divided by a whole number, like 5. Does that make sense? Okay. But first let's talk about this problem of the day. As we mentioned, this problem of the day was from your weekly check-in. Very few of you got this problem correct. So we're going to take some time right now to go over it and talk about how we can get it correct. So by drawing this tape diagram, we can show that the piece of tape for the kids who do drink chocolate milk is 3/4 of the ones who don't drink chocolate milk. Okay. Then we have to figure out how many units do we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you see how I have 7 of the same size pieces? Okay. All together, all of these kids are all the kids at Stockelmeyer, right? You either do drink chocolate milk or you don't drink chocolate milk. Is there any in-betweens? No. So would you say if I added up all those 2 pieces of tape added together, that would be all the kids at Stockelmeyer? Yeah. How many 5th graders does the problem say there are? 147. So that means I've split 147 into how many units? 7. So what you need to write next is 7 units equals 147. Then how can I find out how many students are in 1 unit? I would just have to do 147 divided by what? 7, which is? 21. So does that mean there are 21 kids who drink chocolate milk? No. We need to take a look. How many units are there in the bar, in the piece of tape, for the kids who do drink chocolate milk? How many units are there? 3. So 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units. So in order to answer the question, I need to find out how many are in 3 units. So I have to do 3 times 21, which is 63 students. Is this today's learning goal? Today's learning goal says I can divide a unit fraction by a whole number. Is this dividing a unit fraction by a whole number? This is dividing a whole number by a fraction. So what lesson is this? 4.25. Very good. So we're going to start by reviewing that. Okay, so an example of a story problem could be I have 1 pie that I want to split into half-size portions. How many people or how many portions will there be? Okay, how many people could eat the pie if I split the pie into half-size portions? Essentially what you're saying is you have 1 piece of tape and you want to split it into half-size portions. Or there's my pie and here's 1/2 and here's 1/2. How many pieces are there then? How many pieces are there? 2. 1, 2. So the answer is 2. When you divide a whole number by a fraction, you're basically asking how many pieces of that fraction can you fit into the whole number. So how many halves fit into 1 whole? 2. In this kind of problem, what is the divisor? A fraction or a whole number?
A fraction.
What is the whole?
A whole number.
Very good. In this situation, it says Nolan gives some pans of brownies to his 3 friends to share equally. How many people are sharing brownies? How many people are sharing brownies?
4.
Nolan gives some pans of brownies to his 3 friends to share equally. How many people are sharing the brownies? He's just giving it to his friends. Does it say Nolan's eating some too? No, so how many people are sharing the brownies?
3.
How many people are eating brownies? How many people are eating brownies, guys? 3. Because, we know this because it says 3 friends to share equally. Okay. If he has 3 pans of brownies, how many pans of brownies will each friend get? Okay, so we have to draw a picture. How many pans of brownies does he have? 3. So there's 1 pan, 2 pans, and 3 pans. Okay, how many people are sharing the brownies? Guys? 3. So how many groups of brownies do we need to end up with? 3. Okay, so very easy, right? Here's 1 group, here's another group, and here's a 3rd group. So in each group, if each circle is 1 friend, how many pans of brownies does each friend get? 1. What's the equation? Well, what's our whole? 3. We're dividing it into how many groups? And so how much does each friend get? 1. Now, Nolan's still giving his brownies to 3 friends. So still how many people are sharing the brownies? That means our divisor is going to be what number? 3. But this time he's starting only with 1 pan of brownies. So let's draw a picture. There's 1 pan of brownies. Does each friend still get 1 brownie? We have to split this into 3 equal-sized portions. So there's 1 group, there's another group, and there's the 3rd group. How much does each friend get? 1/3. The first friend will get 1/3 of the pan, the second group will get 1/3 of the pan, and the third friend will get 1/3 of the pan. Let's write our division equation. What's our whole? How much are we starting out with? 1 pan. We're dividing it into how many equal-sized groups? 3. And how much does each friend get in the end? 1/3. Therefore, 1 divided by 3 is 1/3. Does this fit what we know about divisions and fractions? Does the whole become the numerator? Yeah. Does the divisor become the denominator? Very good. Fits what we know. This time, Nolan is giving some pans of brownies to his 3 friends again. So that means our divisor is still going to be what number? 3. But this time, he's starting with half a pan of brownies. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how much each friend's going to get. So let's go ahead and draw that situation. If this is 1 pan of brownies, does Nolan have the entire pan of brownies? He only has how much? Half. So go ahead and split it into half, and then lightly shade in half to show that this is what we're starting with. Okay. Now if I have to divide that half into how many equal-sized pieces? 3. So I'm going to split it like this. Okay. Notice how I'm even splitting the pan into the part that doesn't have brownies. Okay. So 1 friend will get this much, 1 friend will get this much, and 1 friend will get this much. Is each friend still getting 1/3 of the brownie? This friend is getting 1 piece out of how many total pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's getting 1/6 of the pan. Each friend now is getting 1/6 of the pan. Okay, let's write our division equation. What's our whole? How much brownies are we starting out with? 1/2. We're dividing it into how many equal-sized groups? 3. And how much does each friend get in the end? 1/6 of the pan. Again, we can see that they get 1/6 of the pan because this friend would get this one section out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total pieces. Therefore, 1/2 divided by 3 equals 1/6. And you can see here, this is our learning goal. We have a fraction divided by a whole number, and we can see how to do that using a picture. Okay, Nolan's back at it again. He still has brownies, and he still wants to share it with 3 friends. He's very generous. But this time, how much brownies is he starting with? 1/3 of a pan of brownies. So let's draw the picture. Here's our pan of brownies, and he only has 1/3 of it to start with. So go ahead and set yourself up by shading in 1/3 of the entire pan. Now, he's going to be sharing this brownie with 3 friends, so we still have to split it into 3 equal groups. Here's what 1 friend's going to get, here's what the 2nd friend is going to get, and here's what the 3rd friend is going to get. Each friend is going to get 1, now out of a total of how many sections are there? 9. So what fraction of the entire pan is 1 friend getting? 1/9 of the pan. Our division equation would be, we're starting with 1/3 of the pan, we're splitting it into 3 equal groups, and so each friend will get 1/9 of the entire pan.